There's a difference between wanting something done well and refusing to let it leave the room unless it's flawless. Michael Jackson wasn't loud in the studio. He didn't scream instructions. He didn't throw tantrums on camera, but talked to the people who worked with him. And a pattern starts to appear. Take after take, layer after layer, detail after detail. So the question isn't whether he worked hard. The real question is, was Michael Jackson a perfectionist? Or was he something far more strategic, a control genius? In his autobiography, Moonwalk, he describes hearing entire musical arrangements in his head before stepping into the studio. Not just melodies, full orchestration. He didn't find the song during recording. He arrived with it already living in his mind. That's not casual creativity. That's architectural thinking. He once admitted that even after massive success, he still felt like it could be better. That's the voice of a perfectionist. But it's also the mindset of someone who sees the final product long before anyone else does. Quincy Jones, the legendary producer behind Thriller, has spoken about how relentless those sessions were. Not chaotic, relentless. If something didn't hit exactly right, they did it again, and again, and again. This wasn't ego, it was precision. Engineer Bruce Swedian once described how Michael would stack his vocals layer by layer, sometimes recording the same line multiple times to create texture. He wasn't just singing, he was sculpting sound. Perfectionist? Maybe. But notice something. He wasn't micromanaging randomly. He knew exactly what he wanted. That's control with intention. If you watch rehearsal footage in Michael Jackson's This Is It, there's a moment where he gently tells the band, "Let it simmer." He says it softly, almost tenderly. But the room listens. He adjusts lighting cues. He fine-tunes tempo. He controls dynamics down to seconds, not aggressively, effortlessly. That's the fascinating part. He wasn't controlling people, he was controlling outcome. There's a difference. Now step outside the studio. The glove, the single white glove, the military jackets, the slow reveal before performances, the pause before the first move. These weren't accidents. He understood anticipation. He understood silence. He understood spectacle. That's not just artistic sensitivity. That's psychological awareness. A perfectionist wants things flawless. A control genius designs how you will experience them. But here's the part people don't talk about. When you see the world in high resolution, everything looks unfinished. That kind of internal standard doesn't turn off. It follows you. In interviews, he often seemed soft-spoken, gentle, even shy. But behind that softness was someone constantly adjusting the frame, constantly refining, constantly chasing something just beyond reach. Perfectionism can be insecurity, but control can be vision. And maybe he was both. So was Michael Jackson a perfectionist? Yes. But that feels too small. He wasn't obsessing over tiny details for ego. He was engineering moments. He wasn't just making songs. He was designing experiences. He wasn't just performing. He was orchestrating myth. Perfectionist sounds like anxiety. Control genius sounds like awareness. And if you look closely, he wasn't trying to control people. He was trying to control magic. Maybe the real reason nothing ever felt good enough is because he wasn't chasing perfection. He was chasing immortality.